Morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lynn, and I hope that you had a wonderful Thursday yesterday. Today is Friday. Happy Friday, April 9th, 2021, and it is a day 4. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to participate in a mindful minute. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of sitting in with Miss Yoakum's afternoon kindergarten class, and I got to do the mindful minute with the boys and girls in there, and it was so meaningful to me. It was so cool to see everyone else do their breathing techniques on their own. I saw breathing techniques that we taught. I saw breathing techniques that some of the boys and girls came up by themselves, but we were all beginning to notice what was around us right here and right now. That's the whole point of the mindful minute, to let go of the past, and our minds are always thinking about the past. I know. You got to let it go. And the same thing with the future, letting go of that, because our minds are sometimes always worried about what's going to happen next in the future. Let that go. It hasn't happened yet. What it has happened and what is happening is right here and right now. And there's a lot of blessings around us. When we stop and we use our eyes and ears and nose and our skin, we're beginning to notice things that we just didn't notice unless we started to pay attention. We did this in PE with some of you guys when we started or we ended class by just listening and all the different sounds that were there all along. We didn't notice until we started paying attention. So let's go ahead and get started using our eyes. Take a look around, and find something to focus on and to study. It can be big, it can be small, but notice it. Study its colors, its shape, the shadows and the textures. What does it remind you of even? And then using your skin, notice the feeling of the clothing on you or the temperature of the room. You know, truly, when was the last time you paid attention to the clothing on you? Like actually feel them, right? We're so used to wearing clothes that we just keep moving on about our day, but it's there. Those feelings are there. Notice them. And then also notice with your nose, take a breath in. What do you smell? What's around you that, what does your room smell like? And finally, using your ears, pause and listen. Listen for those sounds you didn't notice until now, because you're finally observing and noticing. All right. Now today I'm going to teach you a brand new breathing technique. This came from a couple students. You make a heart. As you breathe in, you break the heart. But don't worry. As you breathe out, full circle, you heal the heart. Okay. Notice your body. Notice how that chair is holding you up. Get yourself in a settled position. And as you breathe in, break the heart. And as you breathe out nice and slowly through your mouth, repair your heart. In and out. As you breathe in, notice how your belly expands. And as you breathe out, how your belly deflates as you let that air come out through your mouth. Expand your awareness as you breathe in to your toes. Wiggle all 10 of them. And the rest of your feet, including your heels and ankles, as you breathe out. Greet those parts of your body that you didn't really notice until now. As you breathe in, notice the lower part of your legs, your calves and your knees. Yes, your knees. Those knees that you really want to pay attention to as you get to my age. And as you breathe out, notice, the upper part of your legs, your hips, and your lower back. Breathe in and put a spotlight on your stomach and your belly as it once again expands. And as you breathe out, allow your shoulders to relax. Notice your chest as it too sinks and relaxes as well. As you breathe in, notice your arms, your biceps and your elbows and your forearms and wrists and all 10 fingers on your hands. As you breathe out, notice your neck and that, as I said yesterday, that precious head of yours balancing up top. Now finally, identify what feelings you've brought to school today. Breathe in. Happiness, anger, sadness, humor, finding things funny. As you breathe out, identify those feelings, but don't get too caught up in why or what made you feel that way. Just know that you feel those feelings. Breathe out, breathe in, Invite those feelings in, sit with them, and let them tell you what they need to tell you. And breathe out. In due time, they will pass on to the next moment. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you're loved, where you're cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, that's ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Take a seat. I want to thank you so much for joining me in the Mindful Minute. I know that it's always an invitation. I'm never going to make you do it, but it's so great to know that so many of you guys are joining me. That makes me feel great. And you know what? If you didn't join me, just know that the invitation's open. Join us tomorrow, or I should say on Monday, right? Okay, now we have 3 expectations here at school. Number 1, show that you're respectful to others as well as to yourself. I want to focus on being respectful to yourself, because in life you're not always going to have someone giving you a gold star or a pat on the back, or telling you good job, or even just putting giving you a B stamp. Sometimes you just want to do right because it only makes you proud, right? We've talked about moments. Some of you guys have even shared with me where you've been in the bathroom and no one else is watching, but you've cleaned up. No one else is watching, but you've made yourself proud. You've respected yourself. And that's great. And I know that many of you guys are also doing things all around your life when nobody else is watching, but you're doing the right thing. That's called respect. And of course, you want to give that respect to other people so that they too will respect you. Speaking of respect, that leads to responsibility. If you're respectful to yourself, you're going to be responsible for yourself with your hands, your feet, the words that come out of your mouth. That all matters. And the feelings that you have, whether they're angry or frustrated, those are real, and you want to take good care of those feelings and handle them. But how you express them, that matters. You want to be responsible with them. And finally, show that you're ready to take on the day, show that you are ready to have a good attitude, eat lunch in the way that you should, to practice the right volume in the lunchroom. You know what I'm talking about. And also being ready and riding the bus the way that you ought to be doing, which is respectfully and responsibly. Finally, in the month of April, we are focusing on the character trait of perseverance. Perseverance means don't give up. Hey, even the 3 Bs, sometimes we're perfect with it. Most of the time we're not. And even when we haven't been respectful or responsible already, don't give up. When you get caught out, guess what? Get yourself resettled, and start being respectful again. Start being responsible again. Start being ready again. The other thing I want to say is this, because I believe every child should hear this in their life, and I am in your life, and I hope to be a hero in your life. I hope that you will be a hero in my life, and it's going to start with me saying this, and I mean it. I love you, and I like you just the way you are. Please, I challenge you, find somebody, a friend, maybe someone who's in class who isn't exactly a friend. Maybe find a teacher or one of our parents, any of the grown-ups. Find Mr. Lin, me even, and tell them you love them and you like them just the way they are as well. I can't wait to see you guys around. Have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend.